You cannot afford to be lazy. You cannot afford not to wholesale real estate right now. You cannot afford to not go all in right now. And I've seen from everyone in the Discord here quite a theme this week of a lot of people are going in here doing deals and doing well, but I'm seeing a lot of other people being very upset. I'm seeing a lot of people complaining. I'm seeing a lot of people making excuses. And for everyone out here feeling sorry for themselves, everybody out here feel like, you know what, maybe there's something better out there. I just have a legit question for everybody watching this. Like, is there a better, now I legit want to know, is there anything better right now for you guys to be doing besides wholesaling right now? Can you afford not to talk to motivated sellers? Can you afford not to go out here and do wholesaling deals? I legit need to know. I'm having conversations with a lot of people. And I had a very particular conversation today with a certain someone in here. And this person yesterday and today basically said, hey, maybe wholesaling's okay, but I have another business idea. I'm gonna try this small accounting business. And I told him, I'm like, this is not, that's not the move, homeboy. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm about to do a $115,000 assignment deal from somebody that subscribed to me on YouTube. Like, let's really put this into perspective right now. A $115,000 deal, and I'm not saying that. And usually when I do these big, massive $100,000 deals, I don't publicly talk about it anymore. Like what's the point? I've shown enough checks of $100,000 deals, I don't talk about it. But the only reason I felt like I needed to mention this is somebody said, yo, can you give me the link to the Flipbook Plus Zooms? Come on, just hook me up, bro. And I said, like, how dare you say that? And not because I'm saying this in this egotistical way, but like inside the Flipbook Plus Zooms, we're doing deals with each other, and there's like, it's a mastermind. And so, for example, Rick was going on today, and he's talking to somebody, and we're actively working on a $115,000 deal. This is, we go do Zooms 4 times a week, and this is where we all hang out. And it's crazy to me. Like, in that Zoom, we talk about the address of the deal, and because we're in a knit community where we know we're not gonna screw somebody up. But when I publicly give it out there, I get deals stolen all the time. And I'm like, and everyone's like, but why can't you just publicly give that Zoom out? I'm like, because I'm working on a $115,000 deal, and we're discussing the address. We're discussing the buyer. We're discussing all of these things. And you just want me to publicly give that out so I lose $115,000. Call me a broke boy, but I don't want to say no to 115 grand. I'm not that financial decision where I can just say no daily to $100,000 deals. I'm doing them every day. That's what I want to do. And so it's crazy to me. And that got me thinking. And this other guy says after that, oh, I'm trying this little business thing. I'm like, dude, why are you trying to be an accountant? So I know Carlos is probably in here. I'm not here to make fun of accountants. I love accountants. Accountants save me a lot of money every year. I love them. I love them to death. But one thing I'll tell you is, why are you trying to be an accountant when you can go out here and make $115,000 on one deal? Got 3 or 4 other deals cooking in there, and I think we just locked up another one. Is Brandon in here? I think I just saw Brandon. I think we just did a deal today. I think some of our team locked the deal up with you, right? Hopefully that's a quick 30, 40 grand I think I saw today through the CRM for the JV, because we're only doing JVs and Flipbook Plus now. That's another 40 grand today. That's great. But like, let's just talk about this. Let's get real for a second here. This one guy's trying to make an opportunity where he's going to make $2,000 a month. And I'm like, you could just do one deal at 115 grand and change your entire life. You could just work for a week, find that deal, and never worry about working for the rest of the year. And you're out here working on those problems when you could put this effort into wholesaling. And for everybody watching this, like how quickly I can snack up a $40,000 deal. You can do the same thing in the Discord. You can do the same thing talking to sellers. You can do the same thing in general. But the honest dang truth here is you guys have the ability to go out here, find a seller, and play that motivated seller lottery for cold calling and get a deal. And you're out here feeling sorry for yourself. You're out here telling you, oh man, I just wish I was as lucky as you. We get people out here saying, Zach, I just did a $50,000 deal. And then I get other people saying, oh, good for you. Or, that must be nice. When you have the same exact scenario, you got to make a change in your life. For the people out here watching, never commenting, never participating, you can't afford not to participate in the Discord. You can't afford to not let people know who you are, because there are 15, 20,000 opportunities. Let people know, hey, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. You might find a newbie who just locked up a deal in Charlotte that needs help dispoing his $30,000 deal. Happens on a daily stinking basis. And you're telling me that you don't have the time to go out here and network. You don't have the time to cold call. You don't have the time not to cold call. You don't have any more time not to text blast at night or post digital banner signs. You can't afford not to do this. A lot of people talk about the cost, but nobody talks about the opportunity cost of this stuff. We have people in here, we're seeing the comments, they're doing $35,000 deals, $40,000 deals, $100,000 deals. You're seeing this on a daily basis. The thousands of people in here doing deals every single month, and you're telling me that your problem is, the boss, or your problem is just life. It's not. Life happens to you or for you. And you have to understand this. And let me give you one really important story you need to know about y'all that pray for your success. I'm not making fun of religion. I'm not saying one thing about that, but let me tell you a very important story. There are imams that say this in Islam. There are pastors that say that. There's rabbis that say this. There's Buddhists that say this. There's a story of a man who is stranded at sea. He's on a life raft hundreds of miles away, and he might get eaten by sharks, and he's praying that the angels go and save him. And a boat comes by and says, hey, are you okay? Let me save you. No, I'm praying. The angels come save me. I don't need you. I'm praying for it. And then, a fisherman comes and says, let me save you. He says, no, I'm praying to be saved. And a higher power is going to go out here and save me. And then he eventually gets eaten by sharks. He goes to heaven and he tells one of the angels, why didn't you save me? I prayed to you. And they say, I sent you a fisherman and I sent you a boat. What else can I do? And it's a funny story, and I think it's so true for wholesaling. You guys go out here and pray to change your life. And you see wholesaling as an opportunity. You see all this community. You see all these things happening. And you're just praying that it just falls. You get sent these opportunities. You still have to do it. And it's amazing to me, right? If you read old scriptures and religious texts, and before Christianity, before all these religions, every religion has a thing about being lazy, about how being lazy is the same thing as dying. Because back then, if you decided in the morning in 500 BC that I'm tired today, I don't want to work, your family doesn't get the wheat harvest and you're dead, okay? If you don't go out here and hunt for the family, your kids don't get to eat. And so at least back then, they got saber-toothed tigers and all these crazy things. If you didn't go out here and work, you're dead. But now we're in a little soft society now where it's okay to be upset. It's okay to take a relax. It's okay to take a mental health break. I don't just subscribe to these theories. I subscribe to the theory, if you're in a hole, get out of the hole. If you ever watch Batman with Bane, his whole story is kind of cool. And Bane's supposed to be a bad guy, but his story is just so cool. Getting out of the whole tunnel and everything. But outside of that, you can't make an excuse in your life. And everyone out here who has been praying for a change, praying that their life changes, you are given an opportunity where I'm not asking for money. Just learn for free. I got a free course. All I'm asking is to take action. Okay? You get punished for not taking action. You get punished for not actually going out here and making a change. You get punished by sitting on your butt and doing nothing. And so my plea for everybody watching this is stop feeling sorry for yourself. You are alive right now. All the dead people will switch places with you right now. All the 90-year-olds in a nursing home will switch places with you instantly in a second. Okay? One thing I'll tell you is a 95-year-old man who's alone in a nursing home every single day, that's body's aching, will switch to the 20-year-old that feels depressed about his life. And I don't care what situation you are, the 95-year-old, he'll switch bodies with you and he'll be in a bad situation. He might feel sad, but he'll be happier than a cat on catnip. I don't know. That's not a good example, but happier than Zach at a Dolphins game, right? That's the truth. And so you might want to feel sad about yourself. You might want to feel sad about your situation. You're probably going through some dark stuff maybe. But just remember, the 95-year-old version of you will do anything to go back to your old self. Oh man, I wish I had those problems. I'm 20 years old. Shoot. 95-year-olds are out here sad that they're alone and they can't do anything with their lives anymore. And the 95-year-old version of you will do anything to go back in the 30-year-old, 40, 50, 60-year-old version of yourself, even if you're sad and depressed today. That's the truth. Okay? And so what you got to understand is you just have to make moves or make excuses. The world might feel like it's against you, but I promise you it is not. Chances are you watching this, you were born in the United States of stinking America. If you were born in Botswana or, I don't know, Mongolia, your chances of getting rich are a lot lower than they are now. And if you live in Mongolia, you have the internet connection, you have the power right now. Like just pray, hey, at least I'm not living in Korea, because Korea is like a 13-hour time difference. It's not like you have to wholesale at 3 a.m. Like, you got it pretty good right now, okay? Like, at least you have a 5-hour time zone at worst for my British people or something like that, like, or everyone in like South Africa, Nigeria. It's better than a 12-hour time difference. And so I don't subscribe to the theory that the world's against you and there's nothing you can do. Most people, there is a path. You just have to choose the path that you want to do. And so for everybody watching this, my plea for you is to make a change. Go out here and actually do something with your life. I think you guys know that by watching this, and I don't think a lot of you guys are lazy bums out here watching this, but just make a dang change. That's all I'm asking you. I get all these people saying, oh, Zach, I don't know about wholesaling. I'm trying this other business. What do you guys think? Who cares what you think? And let me tell you one other thing too. I'm not here to rant. I had another guy out here the other day who decided he was going to go sell a course on my information. And this sounds crazy. I caught this man selling a course before I kicked him out of the Discord. This man was pre-selling people. This man decided that, hey, okay, Zach Ginn makes millions of dollars wholesaling houses. He makes so much dang money that he's going to go out here and give his best info for free. And it's a Ponzi scheme because when Zach does that, people send him $50,000, $60,000 wholesaling deals. He kind of broke the wholesaling guru industry because I don't have to sell $10,000 programs. I just do a wholesaling deal a day or multiple ones a day. This man, I wish I could pop up I'm not even going to pop it up because this is going to get this guy clout. But this man pre-sold people and said, I'm selling a course on how to pull government lists. Me and Rick literally came up with the word government lists. How to reverse drive for dollars and put sticky notes on houses. Homeboy, I've been doing reverse driving for dollars before you were even a freshman in high school, okay? I just had to pull probate, so I'm like, oh, don't even get me started on that. And pretty much every secret that we give out in the free wholesaling course to the people for free, he's gonna sell a course on that. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna ban you because you're trying to sell information that I've worked my entire career in wholesaling to give out for free to the people. It's crazy. I deal with guys all the time with like this, right? I had another dude selling a sticky note method course. My jaw is in awe when I see this stuff. And so it's just hilarious to me. But then everyone's like, why did you ban this guy? He's trying to, he was really nice. He always answered my questions. He answered your questions because he's trying to sell you a $2,000 course on how to pull probates that I give for free. I don't know homeboy even did a wholesaling deal. I never even saw a check from this guy. So a guy that hasn't done a wholesaling deal trying to sell you know the plan. You know what's going on here. And so you want to know why I do what I do. Because I get a whole lot of wholesaling deals. And I don't like bragging about it, but I do well. But sometimes I have to go out here and pop off and show you that I make a lot of money doing what I do. And the reason why I make a lot of money doing what I do is because the information I give out to you guys works. And when you guys get the good information, you get the good deals, and you send it to me, we can make a lot of money together. And a lot of you guys in here do well and make a lot of money together. That is the point. Stop being lazy. Stop taking the shortcut. And stop trying to be this person that the world's against them. You have all the opportunities in the world to get rich. And you see this in the chats. You see it everywhere on a daily stinking basis. So go out here and make a change in your life. You can't afford not to do this. And so I'm making more money than ever. I saw somebody else post, the stock market's down 2.33% today. And I'm like, bro. And I'm not here to be mad at one, but I'm like, I see that. I'm like, let's look at a 10-year chart of real estate, a 10-year chart on stocks. So a lot of people freak out if stocks go down for a year, but I'm like, look at the 10 years. It's always up. And so it's always crazy to me when I see that too. It's always a fear. Now, if real estate went down for 10 years straight, yeah, I'd be a little worried. But Never happens. Because we're in the United States of America, guys. That's how it works. So my plea to everyone watching this, stop being lazy and just make a change. Back in the 1800s, when your grandfathers, great-grandfathers decided not to work in the fields, like planting potatoes, if he decided he didn't want to work, he's dead. Like, that's how it worked in the 1500s. And you decide that you don't want to work hard because I need a mental health break from my 8-hour workday. Like we used to go out here and work 14 hours a day. In 1000 BC, we used to work thousands of hours a day, hundreds of hours a week. So it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Just saying. And so I think a lot of people, and I think a lot of young people specifically, don't read up on history. Now, Mark Twain said this, and it's a very important quote, but history doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. And what Mark Twain meant by that is, if you don't understand the history from before, you're not going to understand the future. And a lot of it repeats itself. It doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And we see this more and more where people just get super lazy and they just don't adapt. And, humans get very used to things, right? So if I started giving you $100,000 a month, you get very comfortable really quick. And you'd be like, why can't I get 200K? And then it just keeps going up. And we used to go from working 16 hours a day in a factory to saying 8 hours is too much sitting in an office all day. Working men used to work at sawmills and mining gold for 15 hours a day, and all these things. And you're complaining about how tough your day was working customer service for 8 hours. And I'm not talking that down. It ain't an easy thing. But just really think about that for a second. Compare those two things. And what you'll find out is, according to society standards, you should be done for the day and take a little mental health break. But if you're going out here and you're looking to make 20, 30, 40, 50, an extra $50,000 a month, you are not going to be in the same group of people that are making $5,000 a month. And you're going to have to understand that you're in a little bubble of your friends and family that are used to making $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And when you decide that you're going to work extra, you're going to do this little side hustle, you're going to do this thing, you're getting out of the bubble. And it's a little scary because you can't relate to these people anymore. It's hard. And now you're ostracized from that community. And as human beings, it's kind of tough doing that, right? Because you're not in a group of your peers anymore, and it's a little scary, right? But the thing is, you're moving towards your next bubble of rich, successful entrepreneur types, which is a lot smaller bubble. But that smaller bubble takes the extra steps, takes the risk, and is willing to do whatever it takes for success. And sometimes that transition from the one small bubble to the other bubble it's a little scary to do. You feel uncomfortable. People from outside your bubble start making fun of you for doing that. Oh, why aren't you hanging out with us? Why aren't you going drinking for 4 hours on a Friday? No, I'm grinding. And it gets very, very uncomfortable. And I'll tell you, out of a lot of friends I've had, and still do, once you decide to become extraordinary, not a lot of people say they want to be extraordinary, but they don't. They want to stay ordinary. And when they see you trying to shine a little brighter than them, most people don't like that, and they try to stop you. And when you say, hey, I can't go out here and I can't go out here drinking 4 nights a week. I got to go out here and work on this business. And they're going to make fun of you, say all this. But then when you get rich, they're going to say, oh, he supported you. I found out I got a lot of that. Rick got a lot of that too. You'll find sometimes you outgrow most friends. A lot of them get jealous of you, and that's okay. Because the new friends you make are rich and successful and willing to do whatever it takes for success. And just understand that this growth that you're having right now, it's supposed to be uncomfortable. When you grow, it's uncomfortable. It's called growing pains for a reason. And once you start growing, you start changing. Once you start changing, your life gets better. And so working hard, not being lazy is a change. And it's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. But eventually, you're never going to suffer again. And that's the goal of why we're doing what we're doing. So hopefully I'm done ranting to you.